Welcome back. William McKinley, the 25th President of the United States, really stands out as a trailblazer as he modernized the Republican Party, going after votes from people who are not traditionally thought of as Republicans, such as immigrants to the country and a growing middle class. We welcome back Karl Rove, former Deputy Chief of Staff to President George W. Bush and author of the new book, The Triumph of William McKinley: Why the Election of 1896 Still Matters. Karl, we appreciate you hanging in from the first to the last part of this program. And we look back at McKinley picking TR as his vice president, Theodore Roosevelt, for his re-elect in 1900. Now, it's a lot of stuff about TR, but I want to bring it into the here and now about an outsider on the ticket, whoever is at the top spot. Who do you think would be a good running mate?
Somewhere on the ticket, we need to have a Midwesterner, in my opinion. It'd be great to have, the critical battleground states this time around are going to be the three closest big states last time. Florida, which would be important to have a Floridian on the ticket, Virginia, and Ohio. And it would be good to have somebody from the Midwest. I've got an out-of-the-box idea for you. How about the former governor of Indiana, Mitch Daniels, who's done an exemplary job serving in the Reagan administration, serving in the Bush administration, serving as an 8-year, very successful governor of a Midwestern state, and is now taking a strong role in reforming higher education as the president of Purdue University. I think anybody would be well advised to look at him as a VP running mate.
All right, so here it is. Mitch Daniels is the guy. He said no to running.
Well, I'm offering you up an odd idea. There's obviously every person who's running for president gets to be seriously considered, but I'm giving you the out-of-box idea here as a Thanksgiving Eve present.
Well, we appreciate that. It makes news. Now, let's go back to 1896, as McKinley wanted a time when America demographically seemed to be more cohesive. How does the GOP rectify what some feel are an electoral college problem, with Democrats assured of winning so many states like the big one, California?
Yeah. Well, remember, 1896, it's the same thing. The Democrats have a built-in electoral college advantage because they have systematically wiped out Republican votes, black and white, in the South. There are 4 states, to show you how bad it is, there are 4 states in the South in which there is a black majority among adult males, the voters of the time, and yet Republicans get a fraction of the overall vote in those states because systematically, by violence, intimidation, and fraud, the Republican vote in the South is being wiped out. So McKinley faces the same thing, and he looks around and says, how am I going to compete in the historic battleground states, which in the Gilded Age were Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Ohio, and Indiana? And he looked at those states and then looked at the emerging battlegrounds in the Midwest because of the populist revolution and said to himself, a lot of these people that are up for grabs in this election are recent immigrants who do not remember the Civil War, and they don't vote as they shot, as the popular phrase was after the war. And a lot of them were Catholic, and what he did was he went out to systematically appeal to them, not by changing his principles, but by hardening them, sharpening them, and putting them in language that they could get. And he became the first Republican to win the endorsement of a member of the Catholic hierarchy. This was unheard of.
Well, it's something worth reading right now. Karl Rove's new book, The Triumph of William McKinley: Why the Election of 1896 Still Matters. Our thanks to Karl Rove, and our thanks to you for watching. And we give thanks tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Have a happy one. For now, those you see and those you don't, J.D. Hayworth saying, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.